Hello everyone, Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. So today we're going to do a couple of readings, the taroscopes. So we're going to do the taroscope for the sign of Cancer, and this is for August 2021. So the cards we're going to be using today are my Daughters of the Moon Tarot by Ffiona Morgan. Of course, Cancer is a sign that's ruled by the moon, so I thought that was apt, as it were. And these cards, you can still get these cards. I actually, many years ago, in the 90s, they came up, you had to color them in, right? So that's what I did back in the 90s. And we'll take a look at what's ahead for the sign of Cancer, Cancer rising, Cancer moon, as we move into August 2021. Now, as far as astrological things going on for the sign of Cancer, let's take a look here. There are actually no planets in Cancer, save for the moon, in August. But because Cancer is ruled by the moon, the lunations, the full moons, and the new moons are usually pretty significant because Cancer is ruled by the moon, right? And so we have a new moon on the 8th of August, and it's in Leo. It's a new moon in Leo. And we also have the full moon, which is 2 weeks later on the 22nd, and that's a full moon in the sign of Aquarius, the last degree of Aquarius, and the sun in the last degree of Leo. So those are the two major sort of moon things that are going on in August. So let's see what's ahead for the Cancer, for our little crabs out there, which includes me, for August. So we start with the Six of Flames. The Six of Flames. In this deck, it is called Bast, and it's play. Of course, Bast is a Egyptian goddess who's, all the Egyptian goddesses had the heads of animals, and of course she was the cat goddess. She was the cat goddess. So we're talking about passion, we're talking about play. We're, like a cat, we could take on the persona of the cat, which, can be very playful, but there's also an aloof quality to the cat, right? And so the cat plays when the cat wants to play, and if the cat doesn't want to play, you do not go near the cat, right? So it sounds like a crib to me, actually. But there is sort of a celebratory energy that starts the month. We have the Two of Blades as the crossing card. They call this, in this deck, they call this Mu, or analysis. But of course, the Two of Blades is being at a crossroads. Okay, I think I actually shut the video off, so I don't know what I said. Crossing play is analysis. This is being at a crossroads and having to analyze a situation that you find yourself in. So you want to have fun. You're having fun. Okay, the energy for fun is there, but this is also a time for important decisions to be made. Here we have at the root, we have the Witch card, which is really the Magician card in this deck. The Magician card always speaks of concentrated energy, force, utilizing all the tools in your armamentarium, but focusing on that which you want to create. This is as above, so below. This is co-creation at its best. Um, and there's an energy of that you're cooking something up perhaps, but this is asking you to make sure that you focus, right? So what you need to stand on, what's at the root of the reading, is an ability to focus your mind, and utilize all the elements. Utilize your mind, utilize your feelings, utilize your practical application, and utilize your creativity. All of that is necessary. In the past, we have the Eight of Flames. This is burnout. Well, I certainly feel this, right? So you have been through a very challenging period of time when a lot was expected of you, and perhaps you gave a little bit too much, something that cancers can be known for, you know, um, and then forgetting about yourself. So there's this sense of exhaustion, that, and so we have the exhaustion and in the past, and here we are in this more playful mood, and it's important. Vacation is important. Um, what's in the sky? The Five of Flames, Pele. So this is change. This is change. Change is in the sky. Perhaps an eruption. Perhaps something that was held back or held down is now coming up and coming out. This is a highly creative force, but it can also be a highly destructive force. It kind of depends a lot on your intention, which is at the root of the reading. In the immediate future, we have Kuan Yin, the Nine of Cups. This is about peace and compassion, and sitting next to the waterfall, being in nature, allowing the energy of water and the falling water to sort of wash away a lot of the that which no longer serves you, right? Water is very for cancers, especially all water signs. All water. Everybody needs water, right? I mean, we all need water to survive. Excuse me. But water, especially for water signs, is very important. That's why oftentimes when you're stressed out, you take a shower, maybe you go walk by the water, you take a dip in the water, maybe you take a nice sea salt bath. These are the kind of things, anything that's going to soothe your tired, burned out body. That's what is in the immediate future. How it's seen from the outside: withdrawal, the Eight of Cups. People who normally depend upon your dependability and your nurturing are going to feel like you're withdrawing from them. But if they know you well enough and they realize that you're a Cancer, they realize that that's a natural phase. Cancers will spend time, being out there and being very active and very proactive sometimes, and very, and very involved. But then when it gets too much, then they have to go back into their shell. And so people are going to see you going back into your shell. Your domestic situation, we have the Crone of Blades. The Crone of Blades. This is somebody. So your domestic situation requires you to get the big picture. We have this woman flying on the back of an eagle over the landscape, and she needs to see what you need to see the big picture. So take time at home, look at things in a holistic, but in a higher perspective view. A higher perspective view. Hopes and fears, the Mother of Blades. This is Shakti, and this is the Queen of Swords. Um, is it Shakti? Is that? No, it's Scotty. Scotty. Sorry, Scotty. Um, so again, we have a woman on the back of, in this case, a swan, and she has her arrows and she has her beautiful shield here, and as a hope and fear, I think there's a certain amount of peace that comes with this card and perspective and aloneness. She's, up in the great white north here, all by, up here with her swan, but and she's flying with the swans, but over this vast landscape. So there's a starkness to this, but this, I guess, this also is part of the need to sort of isolate away and have your space and have your time. And I think that it can be a wish for many a Cancer out there. And the outcome is Pan. Pan. This is the Emperor card in this deck. This is about agency. But again, Pan is a very sort of vivacious, fun, dancing, panic, right? And so this is, in a way, even a more powerful play card because it's a major arcana. And it does deal with the more playful masculine energy, and singing and dancing. And so the continuation of fun. How nice, right? And underneath it all is the sun. This is a card of revelation. And it's as if the sun has come out after a long and hard and arduous time. So, awesome. Awesome blossom, as they say. What fabulous cards. And I'm a Cancer, so I'm happy to see these cards coming up. Okay, so let's look at an oracle deck. And I have an oracle deck that I've had for a long time. And this is the, sorry for my back. I probably shouldn't talk while I have my head turned because you probably won't be able to hear me. I'm using the camera on my computer and it's not awesome. It's not an awesome camera. So I apologize. Hopefully you can hear me. Hold on. Okay, we're going to use the Druid Animal Oracle. Druid Animal Oracle. And we're going to pick 3 cards like we always do. And we'll see what cards come up for Cancer for the month of August 2021. What do we need to know? What do we need to be aware of as Cancers for August of 2021? These cards are a little wonky because way back when, I think I dropped a glass of water on them or something. So they're a little wiggly. Bear. Oops. Bear. See Bear coming out of her cave. You know, Cancer energy is very, very similar to Mama Bear energy, right? They're cute, they're cuddly, but you go near their kids, man, and they'll rip your head off. So very, very Cancer. We have Swan. And remember that in the Hopes and Fears, Scotty was on the back of a swan. Interestingly enough, right? Okay, one more. These cards are gorgeous. Gorgeous. Earth Dragon. Earth Dragon. Okay. So let's take a look at what it says. So we have bear first. It says bear. The Gaelic name for bear is Art. Art. In fact, the name Arthur, I think, means bear. Primal power, sovereignty, intuition married with instinct. Okay. Says this card, you know what? I'll hold it up because when they're describing it. Okay. Says this card shows a bear standing by a cave entrance with a mace at his feet. That's right. Oh, sorry. Everything is backwards on the cards there. See the mace at his foot? He's got his, or she's got her foot on it. Such a mace was found by archaeologists near Stonehenge. It is midwinter, the time of Alban Arthuin, the light of Arthur, at the winter solstice. The crown lies in the foreground. Now, Arthur in this legend and the winter solstice is the birth of the Oak King. So it's the Oak King is the king of the waxing light. And then at summer solstice, we have the Holly King, which is the king of the fading light, right? But this is connected to Arthur, right? This is the winter solstice here. A crown lies in the foreground, and we see the pole star shining brightly amongst the constellation of the plough, also known as the Great Bear or Arthur's Plough. Art connects you with the very deepest of your ancestral roots. How apt for Cancer, right? Cancer is your ancestral roots. Cancer is the way into incarnation. Here at this level, you are in touch with the primal mother, the bear goddess, Artio, who will defend you fiercely from all danger. Okay. It says here, your intuition will never fail you if you listen to it in the still darkness of the night. Working with the bear gives you an opportunity to become a spiritual warrior like Arthur. You find a way to come into your power by marrying your strength with your intuition. And that's very much reflected by this card at the base, right? The magician card at the base. Okay. Swan. Swan is next. Okay, let me find it here. Iala, soul, love, and beauty. 70. So I'll hold it up as I read this. Yes. This card depicts a scene from the Irish tale, The Dream of, oh God, Oengus. I'll spell it for you. Oenghus. It's Gaelic, so it probably isn't pronounced like that at all, but I don't know how to pronounce it. In the foreground is a lake where a beautiful girl, Carr-Gomm, or Uberry, changes into a swan every other year at the time of, it looks like Samhain, to win her Oengus, the god of love, becomes a swan, and then they both fly to his house, Brug Boni. I am so sorry about this. I probably shouldn't even be saying this stuff. As with many swans that appear in the old tales, there is a gold chain around Uberry's neck. Iala brings the qualities of soul, of love, and depth and grace and beauty. Being associated with the Druid festival of Samhain, the swan is also the bird of the threshold. It represents that part of us which can travel into the other world Drawing this card may indicate that you will receive inspiration from the other world, or that love is entering into your life. It is auspicious to draw this card if you are preparing to write a song or poem, for the swan skin and feathers were used to make the bard's ceremonial cloak or tugan. So this is soul and love, and swans mate for life. So this is soulmate stuff. And the last card that was drawn was the Earth Dragon. That's what I like about this deck. They have dragons in it. Power, potential, and riches. I'm liking this. Not that I'm a particularly, you know, not that, well, I like how abundance brings security into your life, right? I've had to make many a trust walk in my life around issues of resources. Power, potential, and riches. This card shows a coiled dragon guarding a hoard of treasure in its cave. An old inhabitant of the Welsh visit of Penlyon, which is absolutely probably wrong, who died at the turn of the century, insisted that his father and his uncle had killed such dragons. In his boyhood, he had seen them coiled when resting. They looked as if they were covered with jewels of all sorts. Some of them had crests sparkling with the colors of the rainbow. When disturbed, they glided swiftly, sparkling all over to their hidden places. The Earth Dragon brings us face to face with our potential. Within us, we have a treasure house of riches, the powers and capacities which we have learned how to use in the past. We may have been denied access by the guardian of this treasure, but now we are coming to understand that this sometimes fierce guardian is in reality an aspect of ourself. By coming to know and love Dragon Talame, we will, I guess that's the Earth Dragon, we will be able to unlock the secrets of our heart, and at the same time we will find ourselves discovering the beauty and the power that lies within the hearts of those around us in the very earth itself. And this really sort of speaks to, I think, this card in the tarot reading. You know, the unearthing of that which lies beneath, the treasure that comes out of this creative force, and the change that's in the air. So very, very interesting cards, Cancer. It looks like an opportunity for you to perhaps finally get what it is that you desire, that which you focus upon. A lot of the things that were holding you back previously, which were necessary, mind you, are starting to free up. And so you need to decide what it is that you want to bring in your life through the focus that you put into your life. So that's what I see. I hope you enjoyed that. Have yourself a great August. Like and subscribe. And I will see you again next month for the Tarot Scope for September. Much love, everyone. Namaste.